And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Select Start Network. I am one of your only host, Justin Larche, with special guest Clarissa.
Hi.
And now taking the seat of my permanent partner in crime, Marty. You can't really see him, but there he is. He's got Marty McFly. I would ask for Zoom, but we are a skeleton crew of technically one. Poor Mac is in the back, doing his hardest, damnedest, just making sure everything's running well. And Clarissa and I are going to be in front of the camera. So, hey, Clarissa.
Hey.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I was sick, which is why I'm in my total comfy garb. I'm in like the most slouch fucking attire that
Did
you
say
could
garb?
Garb.
What's garb?
Like, you never heard the term garb before?
No.
What?
I've never heard of that before. What is it?
It's clothes.
Oh.
Your garb. Yeah.
Does that start with a G?
Yeah.
Garb?
Garb.
No, never heard it.
Well, I've never heard that before until your generation started saying it. So you know what?
I don't even say it though.
Okay. Anyways, before I start on a rant on that, we are like I said, very minimal staff. So I would like to do a round of applause for Mac. Mac, you get golf claps. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for being here. I'd like to thank the Academy. Yeah, we're going to put this for a daytime Emmy. It's one of those things where, unfortunately, this being in the middle of school year, and second year, man, started off right away with projects.
Oh, yeah. Our first week, within 2 days.
Yeah, it was which one was it? Was it?
The 1 minute icebreaker.
Oh, yeah, so I got out of that.
How?
So did I tell you about this? Tracy had eye surgery?
No, someone else told me though she had surgery.
Yeah, so what had happened was on the first week that project came up, right?
Yeah.
A ungraded project that was due for whatever, the end of the week, whatever it was. And I'm like, okay, whatever, that shouldn't be fine. Like, it should be fine. I'll just grab my camera and I can do something real quick. Well, then Tracy had to go see the optometrist because she started seeing floaters and flashes in her, I think it was her left eye.
Oh my goodness.
So she went to the optometrist. She had to leave work, went to the optometrist, and they had told her, you need to go to the doctor. Like, you need to get surgery right now because there are tears in her eyes, and they thought it was just one tear, but it's actually multiple tears. And if they grow any more, she'll go blind in her left eye. And she's like, oh, okay.
That's pretty serious.
Yeah. So Tracy's just like, okay, well, can I drive? Like, it'd be best if your husband can come get you. She's like, okay, well, I'll wait outside for him and he'll come get me. She drives to our house. She's like, I have to go pee. And she goes and pees. I'm like, what are you doing here? This doesn't make any sense. She tells me what's going on. And then she's like, I have to go for surgery. I'm like, oh, well, fuck me. Okay. I drive her. We get Sam. I drive her off to the hospital. She's there for I think 5-6 hours or something like that before she even sees anyone. And then it's like a 30-minute operation. It's like basically corrective eye surgery. But doing so leaves her eyes super dilated because they put a lot of drops in which there was just nothing but black.
Yeah.
So very sensitive to light and sensitivity and all that. And she's pretty much blinded for a while before she can get her sight back. So that happens. I'm in the middle of all that. I'm like, oh, I can't do this now. I can't do this fucking project. So I messaged Matt Brickman. I'm like, hey, Matt, just as a heads up, I can't do this 1 minute thing, especially because it's for grades. Can I just pass? It's not for grades, so can I just pass? He's like, well, this is meant to be an icebreaker, blah, 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 blah. So just do what you can. I didn't reply to him, but in my mind, I'm like, cool. What I can is nothing, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. If you're not going to grade me, I'm very sorry, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, people put a lot of work into it some people did, for a minute.
Oh, I know. Dave did a zombie film or something.
Yeah.
So that day he had asked me, hey, do you want to be a zombie in my movie? I'm like, awesome, yes. 30 minutes later, I'm like, no, I got to bring my wife to the hospital. I can't do that anymore. And then if it wouldn't have been so bad if during the recuperation time, she didn't need help.
Right.
So and I needed to watch Sam before and after school, his school. So it was impossible for me to leave the house and make sure everything was good to go. And I trust my son and everything, but if he gets hungry, I don't expect him to make fucking chicken fingers and fries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just going to ask, what would you do for that amount of time?
Just throw cereal at him, like a wild animal. But no, it was one of those situations where I couldn't do it. So I said, fine, I'm sorry, I'll pass. And then it makes me laugh because then Matt's next thing was, hey, you're going to do a documentary and I want a pitch proposal. I'm like, cool. Told him what my pitch proposal was. In my mind, knowing I'm not going to do it because I switched programs. I went from movie to TV.
I know. I saw your Facebook status.
Yeah,
so what made you switch?
So we didn't talk about this. We kind of talked about it last podcast, what my feelings were. But in all reality, it was very much so everything was a repeated task. What we're doing now, the 1 minute narrative, we did a 1 minute or whatever it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
This documentary thing is that interview that we did last year. So I'm just sitting like, if this is all it's going to be, I can make these on my own and have no restrictions. You know, I can learn everything for television, learn how to work these cameras, audio, switcher, and all those fantastic things, find what I really like, and still make these passion short narratives of mine. Like, I could still do that on my own. I have a decent camera. I have sound equipment. It's not a big deal for me. So I just decided, you know what? I'm better off just leaving.
That's fair. I respect your decision. I think you have some good reason behind it.
And also another thing was I kind of realized I'm a bit of a producer and like a showrunner, because last year it kind of clicked in as well. Like last year when we were doing our own programming for television. Yes. Like with Morgan and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of what would happen would be a lot of people would come to me and ask me, hey, how do you do this? Hey, what's that? What's going on?
So true. Me.
I wasn't going to point anyone out, but, you would come ask, or Leah or Nicole, RJ, Jefferson, anyone would come up and ask questions, right? Cole, Liv, whoever it was. And it became this thing of, well, I'm telling people what to do, I'm suggesting or pointing them to the right direction. And I just realized I'm comfortable doing that. So why not just try to become, this is a kind of a lofty goal, but why not become some kind of a producer of some sort of a program? Or my idea is not everything is based off television. So like I told them, take TV out of the title, broadcasting and film production. I'm fine with that, because broadcasting can be online. Any online content, any online live, even if it's not even live, but any podcast, like any TV show, YouTube show, whatever you want to call it, internet content needs a producer. Mm-hmm. Any well scripted, written, formatted thing has a producer behind there running everything, or a showrunner. So why not me?
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And again, like one of my dream jobs is a place in Austin, Texas, and they're always on the lookout for new people for their podcasts or their live productions and their skits and stuff. Also, I love editing, and that's not something that I'm ever going to stop. So I don't need the film side to continue to edit. So I'm happy with it.
Good. How many different editing softwares do you know how to edit on?
I know how to do, obviously, Adobe Premiere. I've learned how to do Sony Vegas, because before Premiere, that's what I had. I had Sony Vegas Pro. I suffered through Windows Movie Maker.
Didn't we all?
Like, I'll be honest right now. Okay. A lot of people, they don't say it anymore, but a lot before, when I was younger, people would be like, they would ask the question, how do you start, making skits or Let's Plays or whatever? What's the secret? What software do you use? And the YouTuber would always be like, you don't need fancy schmancy editing software. I used Windows Maker when I first started. It's like, okay, you may have started on Windows Movie Maker, but you never showcased that online, okay? What you're using now is what people want.
Exactly.
So tell the truth. Oh, I'm using Adobe Premiere. I'm using Final Cut Pro. Like, don't sugarcoat it. Be like, use any free software.
Yeah, you're not getting
fine.
Sponsorships and your content out there for people to see on Windows Live Movie Maker. I agree with that.
It would just become one of those situations where it's like, if this ever kicks off, or if someone asks me, hey, what program do you use? I'm not gonna be like, anything free is good. I'm like, no, motherfucker.
Invest in your good stuff, guys.
Lie and say that you're a student somewhere, okay? Make up a phony ID card if you have to. Get the half price off on fucking Adobe Premiere, or do the 30-day trial and make hundreds of videos before they expires, like the license. Just do whatever it takes. That's what I would say.
I think that Windows Live Movie Maker is a good starter.
Yeah, if you're 10 years old.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
That's when I started. It was at that age, and it was just practicing and playing around and knowing kind of what tools did what, but then I was ready to graduate on to the next best thing. Yeah. And then I went from iMovie, and then from iMovie to Final Cut, and then from Final Cut to what we learn at school now, which is Premiere. So, but Sony Vegas is something I was interested in too, and I was...
Sony Vegas, it's good. Is an excellent... If I were to recommend to anyone a starting editing program, Sony Vegas would be a great one. Because again, prices may have changed since when I first got it, but especially because I got Sony Vegas Pro for $99, which is an incredible deal. But you could probably get the Sony Vegas Basic for probably $50-$75.
Okay.
And that might sound like a lot, but if you are, if you're again, I'm talking about very young. If you're doing newspapers, or if you're working at a sandwich shop or whatever, yeah, that might be like half your paycheck, but you get that done and you're set for a very long time. You can make it work forever off that basic Sony Vegas.
Honestly, that $40-$50 is nothing compared to Final Cut Pro.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't even pay for that. I just want to thank my dad for for believing in my YouTube dreams and purchasing that for me. That's doable.
Yeah.
I think.
My parents would have laughed at me.
Yeah.
Well, they also because what I was doing before, they would never like let me do it. So like I used to do pro wrestling, right? And like the backyard stuff, not the dangerous stuff. Like it's all staged, it's all fake, but we would do it in the backyard. And they knew I was doing that. But if I would have been like, I want to get Sony Vegas Pro, or I want to get Final Cut Pro, and you'd be like, oh, how much is that? $200. You'd be like, shut the fuck up, fatty. You're not doing it. Like, there's no way. They'd be like, my son, what has he become? Like, that's what would happen in a heartbeat.
That's so funny.
Like, I would have been yelled at for like hours from my parents. But I'm glad
so
your parents.
Supportive.
Yeah, well, because then look, I do love my parents to death. They are great. They are very supportive. They've helped me get me here. Back when I was like living at the hotel and we were rough on cash, they helped us out amazingly. I'll never forget that. But this is also before they understood what online content was. Like I was probably 13, 14 when I was really starting to see things online become a big show, a big deal. Like especially around circa 2003, 2004. That's when where's it right over there? Red versus Blue. That's one of the things that I started watching when I was very young, which is crazy to think. I think they're on their 15th year online content, still creating the show, a bunch of other stuff too. But they started their own website before YouTube, and they hosted their own shows on their website, which was like these, back then was high res, but it was like these 640 by 480 size screens, and like the biggest file was like maybe 100 megs. You know what I mean? So like, but again, this is back in like dial-up internet and all that shit, and like broadband was such an amazing concept, DSL internet. So downloading something would take hours, but it was worth it. But they started there, and I saw it then. I'm like, this is it. This is where the medium's gonna go. And then YouTube came by, and then you had like your not cam girls. The YouTube actually did this, which I don't know if this is kind of a funny fact, to help them get boosted off the ground. Instead of just always getting rips of like NFL games or like the Tonight Show or whatever, they would pay models to go in front of a camera and do whatever. Nothing pornographic. It'd be like, some of it I think was a little bit obscure, like watch me jump up and down, or whatever, right? Or watch me eat a sandwich, or watch me just talk about myself in front of the camera.
So it's literally anything.
Like anything. And the original creators of YouTube were paying girls to do that, like $50, $75, whatever it was. Craigslist, looking for, as like skeevy as that seems, right? Like looking for young girl for video content online. How does that not scream porn?
Yeah.
Like it's just so fucked up. But that's what it was. It was kind of perceiving that. And then obviously like people like Philip DeFranco had exploded, and like you have your Shane Dawson, and now like unfortunately the Paul brothers and all them. Thank you, voice of God. All these other people that have come online who's now made this a viable income. I see that and I'm like, yeah, that's a total. And again, like you take the broadcasting part of this program, even the filmmaking part of this program, you're golden. You got it, baby. And there was someone, I can't remember who it was. It was one of our professors in film / TV, because we share a lot of the programs still. Yeah. Who they made the comment of, well, you're here because like you don't want to just do YouTube videos and just have like your stuff online and that's it. It was a speaker, I think it was. That speaker that we had 2 weeks ago for the Forest City Film Festival.
The one that only talked about the festival.
Yeah, and she down talked TV. She's like, TV is a dying medium.
She did say that. She said, where's that even going nowadays? And we're all like, does she realize who's in the room right now?
I laughed so much because I was sitting with a lot of the TV guys in the back. So I just look at Cole and everyone's like, yeah, guys, what are you doing, you bunch of fucking idiots? not even realizing at that time I'm going to switch the fucking program around.
Yeah, like
But she was doing that, and she also makes the jab at fucking YouTube, like, you're doing this because you don't want to just make YouTube videos or films for YouTube, and it's like, motherfucker, that's where we're headed.
yeah.
Like, there are big movie stars, franchises that are being built off YouTube Red now.
If not YouTube, I think something bigger. Like do you think YouTube's gonna
Yeah, 100%. YouTube will
Daily motion video.
daily motion video. Look, if they are now the epicenter, if you want illegally downloaded content, like if you just want to watch, like, this is because I'm a fan of it, like indie wrestling that normally you need to like pay for, they get a pay-per-view for it, you can just watch it there. There are ways to watch it now. If you want any Supernaturals, any CW show, whatever, or UFC fights, you can watch it on Daily Motion, the whole thing. It's insane. But YouTube, I truly believe they're going to become like this next big hub of like where Fox, NBC, ABC, in my mind, they're already there. Because again, you look at the Paul brothers, they get how many views per
Yeah.
video? Like
Yeah.
what, 3 to 5 million?
Yeah.
You have Philip DeFranco, who gets usually 1.5 to 2 million. Shane Dawson, who I think still pulls like 10 million fucking views per video.
He does well.
So look at those numbers. Even like the lowest at Philip DeFranco at 1.5 million. There are certain shows on cable that would kill for that kind of a rating of 1.5 million. Right? Again, because I know the numbers. SmackDown Live, which airs on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, gets 2.2 million. There are YouTubers who get more than that daily. Like per video, they will reach those numbers like that. So I 100% can believe that YouTube could replace the cable outlook. And again, if YouTube's not your fancy, you got Hulu, you got Amazon Prime, you have Netflix. Netflix is pumping how much of that like that
there's just
original
so many
content.
options nowadays.
ABC's not ABC, sorry, Disney's doing their own streaming service now.
On Netflix or on like a
Like
separate?
their own separate thing.
Oh.
So they're looking at trying to pull out of all their content on Netflix. They're trying to grab that and put it on their own Disney exclusive stuff because they own Marvel.
DC has their own thing too, with like comics and
Yeah.
you can get like all of it on there.
DC Universe is coming out, which is everything DC. So anything that's been made before, present, the future. So like Batman v Superman that just came out, the Justice League, the old Batman animated TV series, and any of the comic books, you can now get it for like a monthly fee of, I don't know what the price is, but we'll say $10.99 a month. And you get everything. Digital comics, videos, all the whole
That's a
nine
good
yards.
deal.
It's insane how everything is turning into that. So when people make fun of the Forest City comic, like the Forest City Festival ladies, like, haha, this is, like YouTube is such a funny thing. It's like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like the guard's changing and you don't even notice it.
I think she was just so
Passionate?
yeah, about her own the film festival and what she stands for and what her vision is, that she kind of blocks out kind of the rest of the world and where the rest of the world is heading.
Yeah, I can easily believe that. It's going to be interesting how things are going to change because already Greg last year was talking about how like in TV or the more advanced filmmaking stuff, they're looking at online content, broadcasting, streaming, VR, even though I'll be honest, VR is a dying thing. Virtual reality is not a big thing anymore, so it's kind of sucks that they're doing that. No one's buying the Vive headsets and the Mac. Do you know what Voice of God? Do you know what the other one? It's the HTC Vive and the other VR headset. Do you remember what it is?
I do, but I don't.
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue. But whatever the other one.
Expensive?
Yeah, it's like $650 just for the headset.
Oculus.
Thank you. The Oculus with HTC Vive are like $400 to $600 systems, which is just like headgear and like controllers. You then have to have a meaty computer that can run said system.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just like, so you're looking at another probably $2,000 to $3,000 just on a good computer that can run that. Yeah, it's insane. It makes no sense. Yeah, but you know what? They're trying something new, which I appreciate. Also by tearing down this.
Yeah, what is about that? Like what?
So from what I heard and what Greg was saying, so Greg spoke about this last week in class, how I was gonna call them interns, but they're not interns. The students in like woodworking and all that, and like set design.
Yeah.
They are going to be creating the theater kids. The carpenters over there are gonna make a new set here. It was supposed to be done, but I guess it turned into like an end of semester, end of year big project. So
So it's not gonna be done till
Not for us. We're fucked.
Awesome.
Once we
So we're
graduate,
gonna graduate and never see it.
yeah.
Unless you're thinking of doing a post grad, which it doesn't sound like you are.
I mean, no. Like my thing is, I've waited long enough.
Yeah.
To start a career on something. I started in film when I worked on that film set years ago. I loved it. It's gotten me all the way to here, which I'm very appreciative of. But I am ready to just jump into the field and just fucking go.
I hear you.
I'm 30 years old. Like I can't fucking death's knocking already.
Yeah.
I'm not living the best life choices right now. But we'll see how it goes. Like if I'm really interested to see what comes up, maybe I'll grab it. If they offer me a job here as like maybe one of the techs, I would probably take it for a bit. Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing what Brianna or Steven or Matt does.
Yeah.
They get a lot of live broadcasting, troubleshooting. I have no problem with that. I could also show them cheaper methods. I've already done that with the Elgato that's connected to the laptop right now.
Okay.
They have their I think they're called 401ks or the 410ks. It's basically a giant system that goes from the broadcasting booth, a bunch of cables that turn it into, they can then use it into an HDMI, connects into that thing, and then connects to the computer, and then you can record this, right?
I think you'd be really good at that.
Well, my Elgato, which costs $200 versus their like $600 or $700, whatever it was, the system is doing that right now.
I bet they're secretly pissed at you because of that.
They're gonna fail me because of it, because I showed them something cheaper. But that thing, which does 60 frames at 1080p. Yes, it doesn't do 4K, but you can get an upgraded model of mine, which will do 4K for like $300 or $400. Still cheaper than what those things over there do.
Yeah.
Things to consider.
Wow.
Yeah. But I've been talking for a while. I have a question for you, Clarissa.
Yes. What's your question?
Why did you want to come back here?
Come back
to the podcast?
Because I missed it.
Really?
Yes. I like talking, believe it or not. And it's a nice place to be. I like the people who run it. So
you macking my
yeah, like it's like a nice place to be.
Yeah.
It's not like stressful.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone has a helping hand. Like, yeah, and I miss like speaking with other people because in my own content it's just me.
Yeah.
And so having like a different kind of medium where you're with other people and conversing about different topics is cool to me too. And I feel like I don't do enough of that.
I gotta remember this, youtube.com/thinkpink92 or something like that.
No, not anymore.
Oh, did it change?
Yeah, it was Think in Pink 101.
Oh, so close.
Now it's Clarissa's Life.
Oh, so how'd you get the change?
Okay, well, so my URL still says Think in Pink 101. I'm not really quite sure how to change that. I have to go through a very long process that I wasn't willing to take the time to figure out quite yet. But I changed the banner and then the name within YouTube. It's just the URL now that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know how I did it. It was like a year ago now.
Really?
Yeah.
So you must be psyched.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that I don't have to type in Think in Pink 101 anymore. Like you can type that in or Clarissa's Life and either will come up. But yeah, I grew out of that name. It didn't really suit me anymore.
It's not what you do anymore.
Like, I know. I'm not in 7th grade. I was in 7th grade when I created the channel.
Yeah.
So.
I remember when we were talking because you did it, you and your sister, eh?
Yeah.
And then your sister's like, I'm out of this.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah. Fuck you too.
Yeah.
But okay. Like I'll be honest, I was a little bit shocked when you said you wanted to do this again because of how the last time you were here, the last conversation that we had, the last topic.
Ended?
Yeah, how it ended.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Stuff like that challenges my brain. It's like, wow, like people actually wonder these things. And they actually talk about them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice that I'm like yelling.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's again stuff that I don't talk about on my channel. So having somewhere else to talk about it, it's nice with with people.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, thank you for being here. Now you came in here because you specifically I have a story.
I do have a story.
You said it was a good story.
Yeah, I'll say it, but I don't want to say the names because I don't know who's gonna watch and who I'm gonna get in trouble.
Okay, yeah, replace the names.
Okay, so basically, the place I live downtown in London, I don't order packages to it because they get stolen because there's a little
cubby hole.
Box. Yeah, but it's just it can be such a sketchy area with random people walking around downtown.
Yeah, I've been there. It's if you don't look like me, in the middle of the night, you're in trouble.
I know. And
Yeah.
I remember you saying that you found some app or something last year that like you would type in
The
the location of how
crime scene.
dangerous it was. And you're like, Clarissa, do your parents know how bad it is where you're living?
I forgot about that. Yeah, just so everyone knows, it was like it's when we were looking for a place to live in London. It was this website that if you put in an address, it would tell you like the general crimes that were happening in that area. And I was looking at places here and there and there. I'm like, you know what? I was going to my friends' places like Res 1, right? We're calling lives. Okay, whatever. It's just like domestic disturbances or loud disputes, whatever. Cool. I go to fucking, I don't know. I can't remember someone else. And then I'm like, you know, I'm gonna see what Clarissa's is. I press enter, and it looked like someone nuked the fucking section. It was just red. It just like
You didn't even tell me that part.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it
You
was like
said, I don't want to tell you what I saw.
okay,
but...
well, it's been a year now. You're back there, so you fucked up. You fucked up. It's like it was like murders, robberies, carjacks, arson, like a bunch of stuff. Public displays of nudity, and I'm just. Welcome to that stretch of the neighborhood. I don't want to say where you live, but that area was like, woof, man, that's so bad. Like I remember telling you, like, if you want to look, you could look, but maybe don't look.
Okay, like sidetrack to the story I was gonna tell though. Last week, I was walking, like going on a walk because I have a goal for myself to get 10,000 steps a day.
Okay.
And I was going for my walk, and it was still daylight, and I was walking through the back lot to my apartment, and I just like feel this car just like beside me.
Oh no.
And so I just like kept walking, and then it was like slowing down. And I was like, I really don't feel good about this. So I like unplugged my earphone, and the window rolls down. I was like, can I help you? And they were like, yeah, do you know where this street is? And so I started describing it, and he said, I'm just kidding, I just wanted to talk to you. And I was like, all right, and that's my cue to leave.
No.
So I started walking, and I couldn't go into my apartment until the car was gone. So I had to do like another lap around the place. This guy followed me through the parking lot to get to my apartment. It was so messed. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
It's so, and I've like literally it's just this past week that I've experienced all this. Like I was on the bus and I was getting off, and this guy like leaned back to like look up my dress, and I was like, how does this all happen? And then my boyfriend was like, did you like kick him in the, like, what did you do? And I was like, I didn't have time. I had to get off the stop.
Yeah.
And then I was out with the guys the other night, like RJ and Jefferson and Colin and Nuno's brother. And I walked home, and these like three men just like walk in front of me and like just stop. And I'm like, okay. So I just like keep walking. And then one of them was like talking about my legs and like complimenting them. I'm like, hey, like this is disgusting.
Like straight up catcalling?
Yeah. And I was like, this is disgusting. So, and this all happened within the same week, Justin. So like what you were telling me about where I live is only happening now. Like this never happened last year.
Okay, Clarissa, I want to get you signed up for some kind of like self-defense.
Yeah, honestly, I would not mind doing that. That would be helpful.
Yeah, you know what? Come to my academy. You can try it. I think it's like at least up to 3 classes for free or more. Learn jiu-jitsu, learn Muay Thai. Lady, holy shit.
Yeah, all within the same week. Like,
oh, like
who
coming back to school and then.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's not like I was even dressed cute, and like some of these times I was wearing like headphones and like sunglasses, like sweatpants, like a big baggy sweater, like, yeah.
God.
Okay, to my actual story.
Yes,
though.
yes.
So, I couldn't order my package to my place in London because they get stolen. So, and then my hometown is Mississauga. And I didn't want to send it there because I was like, I'm not going to be there for another 3 weeks, and I want my package now. So I was ordering Bluetooth headphones because mine are like, one of them's not working right now. And it's really annoying at the gym when you don't have Bluetooth headphones that are working. So I ordered them to my friend's house. Okay, I'm sure you can assume who it was. And she said, yeah, that's fine. Like, order it there, whatever. But when she told me the address, she put in brackets, like, back entrance.
Okay.
I didn't know that it was, like, unit so-and-so, front entrance and back entrance. And they're different, like, they share a mailbox. But, like, anyway, so I was like, I didn't put that part in because I thought she was just telling me for my own, like, knowing. Yeah. So I didn't put that down when I ordered my item. So then I checked on the item like a week ago, and it said, oh, it was delivered on like September 17th. And it was September 19th. And I was like, oh my God. Like, so I texted my friend being like, did it come? And she's like, I think it arrived at the place upstairs. Without telling her, which I probably should have, I like went over and like knocked on the door. Nobody answered. And I just, nobody answered. And then all these students were just walking by. So I like left a note and I like put it through the crack. And I was like, hi, I'm Clarissa. I'm really sorry, but I accidentally ordered something to your place. And then I texted her about it and she said, oh my God, like, why wouldn't you tell me? I would have just went up to talk to them. Like, why did you leave a note? Then she sends me a picture of like a broken like window. And she's like, so this happened at the place you ordered your headphones to.
Oh no.
And then basically she got in like a dispute with her neighbors upstairs, being like, where are these headphones? And they're like, oh, like we never got a package. And then she went to her like superintendent person in the neighborhood and they're like, oh yeah, like something was picked up. Like somebody picked up the package. She's like, so they lied to me? So she like went back to them. She's like, you lied to me? And then they're like, oh, well, actually, yeah, we did get a package. But we put it on the table, and now we don't know where we put it. Like, I don't.
Oh, fuck off.
It was on the kitchen table, but I'll just look around the house and see if somebody's wearing the earphones.
It's the headphone gnomes. They must have taken them.
Right? Like, someone's got to be like, oh, free gift for me.
Yeah.
And then she was like, honestly, I don't care who has them. Just, I don't even care. I will walk away, pretend I didn't even know, and just drop them off. Like, just drop them off.
Yeah.
Never happened. So basically, they got in this huge war about these earphones and, like, them not being honest, whatever. And, then the person messaged me on Facebook and was like, hey, like, I'm really sorry. I was just like personally attacked by your friend, like all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I started all this stuff for these headphones, guys. Okay. And then they're like, the superintendent like gave them a notice being like, you need to pay this person for their purchase.
Yeah.
So today they e-transferred me and I had to email the company and explain that I didn't get them, even though I did, but they were obviously stolen.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. And they said, yeah, no problem. We'll send them to a different address.
Did you already do it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because you can send it to my address. My address is safe.
You know what? Next time, Justin, I think I will.
Yeah, just send me the text or whatever. And like, someone's always there or no one touches that shit. Because I've seen multiple drop-offs before, okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. I've had some bad experience now that I don't want to go back to.
My area is protected by the Hells Angels. You're fine.
Okay.
It's just, God damn, Clarissa.
Yeah, that was my story.
And I know who you're talking about, and I can believe they got right in their faces.
Well, see, she didn't, but they got in her face.
Oh.
And then she was like, "You need to step back. Like, I'm talking to you like so calmly. I don't think I'm raising my voice at all." And then these just like started cussing her out and then walking away. And she was like, "All right, well, when you want to return the headphones, just let me know." So.
Wow. Now, if you don't mind me asking, I'm guessing these were pretty pricey headphones.
No, they weren't. They were only like $35.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, they're not bad. Like, I didn't want something super, super expensive. And I obviously wouldn't have ordered it
to someone else's place.
I probably would have ordered it to my place in Mississauga if it was an expensive piece. But all for just getting replacement earphones. Like,
that's unreal. You would expect some people to have a little bit of decency.
I know.
Like I'll be honest. I've had packages show up at my house before that weren't mine. I pick it up, I look at it, and I'm like, that's not my name. So I will do either two things. If I can, if there's like the name of the company's on there, or if it's like a Pure Later thing, I'll give them a call, right? If unfortunately I don't know who it belongs to and there's no name of the company, because sometimes things come in from like Canada Post.
Yeah.
I'll put on the letter like wrong address. If I know who it belongs to, guess what? I will fucking go to their place. Or if I realize I open it and it's not ours, I will repackage it up and find the person who it belongs to.
And I feel like that's what you'd like want to do. Like, do to others as they would do to you. You know what I mean? Like, I would do the same thing. And like, I've accidentally taken someone else's mail before because our mailbox is shared and there's a cafe now open underneath.
Okay.
So.
Oh, so there is finally something.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
is it a good place?
It's a coffee place. I've never tried it.
Oh, okay.
Which is on my list to do. But yeah, I actually took their mail thinking it was mine. I walk upstairs and I'm like, this is not my name. So I walked right back down. Instead of just putting it back in the mailbox, I like physically went up to them. I was like, I'm so sorry, but I accidentally took this. This is your mail.
Yeah.
And that was just a piece of mail. Like, that probably wasn't even that important.
Have you ever done anything borderline? It's not illegal, but borderline like bad. Something
like what, Justin?
So I'm gonna give an example. So this is, to me, it was justified. When my wife, when we used to live in Sudbury, she used to work at this place that was about 25 minutes out from where we lived, at this like a small school in Garson. So the place was called Garson Street Kids. That's the daycare. Larch Street is the overhead company. Garson's like one of their sub companies, right? And they are attached to the school, and the school had this giant field, like really nice field. It's like it's perfect for kids. Like you can run around, you could like there's a track, there's just an open field if you want to sit down and chill. Like it was what I'm used to when I used to live back in Sudbury. And what would happen during this winter/spring summertime, mostly spring and winter time, there'd be these dumbass kids who'd be driving up on the field with the quads and skidoos, and like while there's still school going on, while there's kids out, they'd just be rip roaring through the fucking terrain and like destroying the grass and all that, and just making a mess. And people would come by and like try to shoot them off, or like sometimes the cops would try to catch them, but they never really stuck around enough to catch them. Well, anyways, I guess one of those little jerk offs either went to that school or they made a mistake while they went quadding one day. And Tracy's like, "Hey, I found this wallet and I know it belongs to one of those dumb kids because I recognize their face." I open it up. I see there's a credit card. I see there's some cash in there and all that stuff. No cash. Credit cards and like a gift card for Cineplex that was worth $100. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow.
I take the Cineplex gift card, that's it.
I was like, someone should definitely return this or at least destroy this so that nothing bad happens to it. I grab the wallet. I fucking burn it. I'm like, oh, no, the Cineplex card fell on the ground. Oh, there's no name written on it. Just pocketed that, and my wife and I and kid had a great time at the fucking movies, like 3 times in a row.
I spoiled your story, didn't you?
I don't think that's that bad.
Have you ever done anything close to that? I've also done other things bad. I've also realized I'm a bit of a klepto.
Okay, well, like this summer I worked as a server. Okay. And it was a busy day at the restaurant. And I think I had like a couple that just finished eating, and I think they did pay cash, and they put the money in the billfold. Okay. And they left it on the table. But then I guess when one of the servers was cleaning the table, she took the billfold and she thought a 5 fell out. So I can't even remember. She gave me the 5 being like, oh, it was from the billfold, but it was actually no. She never took the billfold. She told me the billfold was on the table, and then the 2 people walked out, and I saw them walk out, and there was like a $5 bill as they walked out, but they already kind of like long gone, but it was in their like trace of steps. Yeah. So I thought like that was part of the tip or something, but I think they literally just dropped that. So I had like my money in the billfold and the tip, and then that other $5. So I was on there, and then I just took it. I was like, oh yeah, I guess it is part of my like tip, but like it wasn't. That's
first come first serve. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's innocent, Clarissa.
I'm trying to think of something worse.
There, I will explain one because you had a story, and as a server, you would hate me for this. Years ago, it was Canada Day back in Sudbury, and we were at this restaurant Perkins. It was attached to a hotel, the Travelodge Hotel, which years later I would end up working at. It's kind of weird how it connected. But we ate our food. It took over an hour to get our food, like about an hour and a half before we ate. The food ended up being cold because they were busy. Like it was super swamped. They were one of the only restaurants open on Canada Day, and then across the street from us was like where the giant main Sudbury festival like festivities were happening. It was literally right across the street. So they were jam packed. They were doing the best they can, and I got up. I'm like, hey, like we're done. Let's get out of here. We go to line up. I'm in line for 15 minutes to pay. I'm getting really impatient. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'm like, I'll just get out of line and go back and pay for it later. I go to the bathroom. I do my business. I come out. I realize, oh, this bathroom connects to the hotel. And I'm like, is that? I kind of get out, walk out. I look at there's the main desk. So now the guy at the front desk clerk is looking at me like, what's up? I'm like, oh, hey. He's like, hey. I just walk out, then take a left, go over to the main door. I look at my friends who are in line, and Tracy was there too. And I'm just like waving them off. I'm like, hey. They finally turn around. I'm like, get the fuck out. And like they were too fucking shy to do it. So I got away because I paid for Tracy's meal. I got away with like over $50 of unpaid food.
So you dined and ditched? Is that what it's called?
I fucking dined and dashed.
Dashed.
I fucking dashed so hard. I felt nothing.
Honestly, though, when the service, like, it's really bad for me to say that because I'm a server, and like I would hate to throw my restaurant under the bus because I love my restaurant, but I get it in those times where the food's taking a while, it's come out cold, like you feel like you're not being taken seriously, your complaints are being,
Yeah.
you know, and the manager doesn't come over and like offer a free meal or whatever it is, then I have friends that have done the same.
Yeah.
So
It continues. So let's just this is the dirty laundry episode. Airing out dirty laundry. There's this one time, a couple times. This is bad. So when I was living here, at Ingersoll by myself before my family moved in, and I would finish school or before school or whatever, I'd have free time. I'd realize I'm like, oh man, like I'm fucking bored. You know, you guys would be like doing your own, either in class or whatever. Like I couldn't hang out with you guys. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go see a movie. So I would always go to the Odeon, oh my god, and it's not Westmount. Is it Westmount? Yes, Westmount. The expensive cinema, where they have like the VIP lounge and like the comfortable seats and like yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. An amazing experience. Excuse me. So I would go there and I'd get a ticket. I'd show up, and I go in. There's no one at the ticket desk. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go in. Like, I rip my own ticket, I put it away, and I go watch the film. I'm like, okay, whatever. Everything's great. I paid for it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So everything's fine. I leave. Next time comes by, I bought a ticket. I go in. There's no one at the fucking desk again. I'm
what?
like,
What
okay.
are the chances this happens to you?
So
Twice.
I'm like, okay, I'll rip my ticket. I'll go in. I sit down. Next time, I'm like, I'm just curious. I walk in. There's no one there. I knew the movie started at a certain time. I just walked in. I watched the movie for free, allegedly. I then leave. Next time rolls by. Next time rolls by, I allegedly come back again, look at the time, because I figure out when the movie starts. There's no one at the desk. I just walk in. I did it a third time. Didn't pay for it.
3 out of 3 right now.
Allegedly. I went in. This time, someone's like, they come up to me like, hey. I'm like, hi. They're like, do you want anything to drink? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I would love something to drink. Can I get whatever their version of the Dutch mule, I think is what they called it, like a Moscow mule. It's all it was, but with Kettle One vodka. And I'm like, okay, cool. I look at the mug. I'm like, that's a pretty cool mug. Movie's done. It's late at night. No one's in. I pocketed it. I fucking walked away. I got myself allegedly a new Dutch mule mug. And it was so bad.
Wait, but can I say, I think that you're allowed to keep the mugs for those drinks, because my friend ordered that at a bar.
Okay.
And she said that she gave it back and then found out from someone that you're supposed to keep it.
Really?
Yeah, because the next time she actually walks out with it, the bouncers did not say anything.
Oh.
So I think it's a thing. I think they give you like a fancy mug to keep.
Better, because that fucking drink cost me $13.
Yeah, hers was 15. So that
oh
makes
my
sense.
god! Yeah, you're not fucking right when I
She
keep
should
the
have
mug.
gone too, because the first time she gave it back, and then she's like, "Well, I want another one now."
Oh my god, that is fucking priceless.
But actually, now that you mention it, I've done kind of the same thing
Oh,
with the movies.
I heard that tone and that voice.
Yeah, when I was like 14, 15, we would like movie hop. It only happened a couple times. So
I always listened to the rules when I was younger, Missy.
No, I bought my ticket. I'd go see it, and then we'd not pay for the second movie, and we'd go watch that one.
That's
Like,
priceless.
yeah.
Have you ever done a movie hop to go see an R-rated film?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know what movie it was?
Maybe it was Magic Mike.
Oh my god, Clarissa!
I don't know. I was really young.
I was gonna say maybe 8 Mile, but I don't even know if you were. I know it sounds to me. Were you even born when 8 Mile came out?
What year is that?
I don't know. I can't even check my phone because it's charging. You know what? You know what movie I'm talking about?
No.
The Eminem biopic movie. Oh my god, I feel so.
It's on Netflix, watch it.
Okay, thanks.
Or don't. You know, it's fine. But
Yeah, it's an okay movie.
but yeah, it's one of those things that I realized that like even there's something else. There's something else that I did. This one of these things. Oh yeah, this was by accident that I did a bad thing. I was Sam was
That's what they all say.
Sam was like maybe a year, probably younger, and we were at the Chapters back in my hometown, and you know like Chapters has like they have like displays of like their tumbler glasses,
Yeah.
or like those whiskey rocks and stuff. Well, Sam saw this rubber ball thing, and he was wondering what it was. So he just grabbed it. I'm like, I wonder what it is. I look at the picture. It's like it's a rubber orb thing where at the top there's a hole. You can fill it with ice, put it in the freezer. So you get like one solid block of ice for your whiskey.
Okay.
So like it just kind of like chills it all. Like it's supposed to be like a 360 chill zone, whatever. It makes it super cold and amazing. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, he's looking at it. He's like, he was putting his mouth like, no, no, no. I'm like, that's all. Plus, like we don't do that. And I didn't even realize it, but I just he kept trying to grab it. So I'm like, no, no. Like I put it. I thought I put it down, but I guess I pocketed it without thinking about it, and we walked out. And then I go to put him in the car. And like I feel something squish against myself. I'm like, oh, like maybe it's like his teeth or something. I don't know. Like, what the fuck is this? I pull it out. I'm like, oh. I look back. No, it's okay. That thing was like $10 for a rubber ball to make ice. I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna keep it.
I have a good one.
Oh,
but it wasn't me.
Yes, of course. None of these
it
were me
wasn't me.
too.
Okay, so my boyfriend and I went to Sport Check, and he works at Sport Check. So we went in to like buy something, shoes. Yeah, shoes.
Okay.
And they were like Ultra Boost or something. So those, if anyone knows what they run for, it's like 200 something.
Okay.
We were like talking as we were like looking around, and we left the store and realized that we didn't pay for the shoes.
Oh no.
And the the alarm didn't go off.
Yeah.
There was no security tag on these shoes.
Well,
we
like,
get to the car.
He just had them on?
No, they were in a box. Nobody looked at. We had no bag, no receipt.
Oh my
Walked
God.
by like this chick that's just standing at the door, like in her top, like
Yeah.
in her Sports Check top, never said anything. We get to the car, we open the car, and he's like, "Babe, I didn't pay for these." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Oh my God, I work there. Like, this is not good." So we run back, and then he goes to the cash. He's like, "You guys don't have security tags on these," and they're like, "Oh, we don't." Like, "Oh, our bad." He's like, "Yeah, I just walked out of the store and no one said anything."
He could have been like, this was a test. You guys fucked up.
Yeah, so like that was like a pretty crazy one because those are expensive shoes.
You'd be surprised, and this is not having like knowing a life of crime or anything, but you'd be surprised how much a lot of like people think just the little sticker barcode thing on an item, they think that is a thing that'll make the alarms go off. It's not. It's
No, yeah.
There's you need like either an IRF reader inside the item or like those fucking ink tags,
yeah.
right? Where if you try to rip them off, they fucking explode.
Yeah.
You need those to actually go off. So like as bad as it sounds, I'm not supporting thievery, even though I've done it a lot in my life. Apparently, the more we've been talking, but it's very easy to steal shit left and right. That's why games and like way back when movie rentals, like DVD rent, like video stores were still a thing. It's one of the reasons why they wouldn't have the games, especially like EB games. They don't have the games inside the cartridge, inside the cassette. Excuse me. What they do, EB games specifically, you grab the case, you bring it to them,
And then they give you the copy.
yeah, they'll give you a copy of it
Yes.
because obviously people could just grab it and fucking run.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the security I've seen back in my hometown, you could very easily outrun those guys. It wouldn't take much. Even me, I could outrun them very easily. It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
But to hear like shoes not
And,
having,
like, it's just, I don't know. Obviously, he had like a heart, and he wasn't about to try to screw over a company that he's working for.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was just so bizarre. Like, we literally were in the car, and it was just, we got that far, and nobody was after us. Like, we just casually walked out.
oh my
Like,
god.
distracted in conversation. Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple more things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
One of them, going back to kind of the school talk. This is your second year. We've talked about how I felt and how I see from everything for me there, like what I'm moving on to. What about you? What are you seeing for yourself for this year? What plans do you have for like maybe a short narrative or whatever? And what do you see after the year's done?
So this year I'm in film.
Yep. Are you enjoying it so far?
I am. I enjoy film more just because for me it's like more creative and it has like those kind of juices flowing.
Yeah.
But I do want to do my internship at a television place. So
I remember last year we talked about
yes.
this.
So in Toronto there's The Social, which is the women talk show panel. And I ideally want to be interned there, and then I want to get hired on after school. But I was looking at internships in like job postings, just because I was curious.
Yeah.
And there was like some reporters and like stuff like that postings up, and a lot of them had either like journalism or some type of like news broadcasting. As
like,
a post-grad that you needed.
Yeah.
So like now I'm rethinking coming back for another year for television news because like my writing skills aren't strong enough to be put in that kind of role.
Yeah, to compete with it, right?
Exactly. And so like that's where I'm like kind of torn because I just kind of like you. I just kind of already want to get out there and like get stuff on my resume in that sense. But it's going to be hard too if I don't have the journalism skills required to do so.
Yeah, it's like, even this part's going to suck. Even if you could be a tremendous writer, but certain places, they don't do it as much anymore, I find. But certain places, they'll look at your resume and be like, oh, but this person graduated Fanshawe with journalism. So I'm going to go with the person who has a diploma versus the great writer. It can, nowadays, I find it actually depends on if you're just good at writing.
Yeah.
They'll accept you, right? You don't necessarily need that background. You just need to prove yourself maybe a little bit harder than the person with a diploma.
Right. So that's where I was torn. I was like, do I need to come back for another year full of that? Or is there some type of...
You could start now and start practicing writing journalism. And this is okay. So this is going to sound like as if I'm trying to plug for you to work on my channel, but I would say you could do it for your channel as well. Literally, start looking at news aggregates, some things that you're interested in, whether it's movies, music, like I know you've done product reviews before. Mm-hmm. Literally, take a look at that, write it in a news format, and put yourself in front of the camera and just film yourself as a news anchor reporting about it. Start doing that, because then a few things will happen. One, you could have a demo reel before anyone else who's like currently a news journalist, like in the program, trying to get this done. You could have a demo reel before them. You will have practice writing and being in front of a camera, which, I mean, this does count. The ability to naturally flow into a conversation, the ability to connect things, the connectivity without saying the ums and uhs and buts makes a huge difference. The fact that you can listen without interrupting, these are all very important things, especially when it comes to interviews. You could use this as a time to practice, and then you can, at the end of the year, if you want to, or maybe not at the end of the year, like around April-ish, take a look, like, maybe I will come back next year, or, you know what, I'm pretty comfortable with what I have, and then present this to some of these news aggregates or places that you want to go to work at.
That's good advice.
And if you want to do it on my channel, that's great. I'll gladly take it. That's one of those things that I've been telling people a lot lately. Colin, he's done a bunch of Let's Plays. He's done a bunch of recordings in here, doing a unique take on Let's Play idea, where he'll have like in-person challenges. Okay. I'm not going to mention what game it is, but Mac was a part of it, where they had to do certain things blindfolded while playing a game, and then take the advice from the other two people with him, which was, I believe, was Tyler and Colin. So like they would talk to Mac. Mac would have to listen to their directions while holding the controller. Another thing that Mac has brought up, which I think if we can get a full crew again, which it's not a hard thing, it's just today is one of those rare occurrences, where he wants to do like BTS stuff, behind the scenes stuff of the SSN podcast or shows or whatever we do. Kind of just shows like how we set things up, and just how technically, even though this looks complicated, it's really not.
And once you do it enough times.
Yeah, and anyone could literally do this with one camera, a webcam, a couple of mics, and you're good to go. This is just a extravagant version of that, because I've done it before where I'm pretty sure it's on this YouTube page. It's PUI, Podcasting Under the Influence. It was me and my friend Tom. We sat down, we got drunk, we live streamed it. I think one of them was like 3 or 4 hours long. It was oh my god, we lost it. It was just,
that sounds fun.
It was fun. It was really fun until we hit stop. And we had stopped drinking, but we got so wasted that like everything was spinning and throbbing. And it's like, oh my god, how do we stop this? It's like, drink more. I'm like, yes, like perfect. But like we did that right in front of the cam. Just one. We had one webcam. We had our chat on the side, and we had a couple of mics, and we went for it. And actually this idea here is something. Thank you, Mac. That's good. That's perfect. You saw what I was doing. This setup is very reminiscent of what I was doing with him. Usually, what we did last time is whatever we were talking about, we would have it kind of a display of it on the table. We had, I think when we were talking about when Batman v Superman was coming out, we talked about their lore, what we were hoping to happen. We also had the comic books. We had Batman comics, Superman comics, and a couple of Batman and Superman comics. And where we thought the lore was being pulled from for the story, we had like the Dark Knight Returns, stuff like that. We had a bunch of display to talk about that. We did another one. I actually don't remember what the other one was. That was a while ago, and we got really drunk. Needless to say, we had stuff to talk about that. So that's where I had those ideas, and it's the same thing I told you. Just got to practice and go and evolve and push. I have my own idea of what I've been doing with my streams. I've been streaming every single day. I've been making an effort to try to stream every single day, as long as it doesn't interfere with my homework and obviously my family life. And I play a game. Usually I consistent to one game per stream, and then I'll take segments of that and I'll put it online for the channel, just for portions of it. Lib had started doing his thing called Lib Plays, but I took his Elgato away because it's mine and I need it. So he needs to get his own. But it's all these ideas that I want everyone to just push and grow and try. Tyler and Matt are apparently they're going to be doing something themselves too, where they're going to do like an hour talk show or just a discussion between the two of them about whatever they want. I told them, make a pilot, let me see it, and we'll fucking put it on and see what happens. It's a thing that I would tell anyone. I don't care how old you are, just fucking go for it. It just makes sense to me.
Life advice.
Yeah, it's
Life advice with Justin.
oh god. But the last thing I want to talk about, Halloween's coming by.
Yeah.
It's like what, 2 more weeks and we're in October?
Yeah.
Couple of things. I can talk to you because I don't know when the next time we're going to get you on. It might be another year from now. God knows.
It's not going to be a year. I promise.
Okay, good. I was going to ask you, what do you plan on being for Halloween? What's your favorite horror film? And is there something coming out soon that you're looking forward to?
Oh, man. Okay. What I'm going to be for Halloween, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, couples' costumes are always cute, but then, like, your friends want to do something.
Yeah.
Then, like, do you match with them? I don't know. That's always been an issue for me, but I've always had, like, at least 3 costumes set out because I go out multiple days in the Halloween week. You have to. That's the bars put on things, and you just... you gotta be photographed in different outfits, too, right? You can't wear the same Halloween costume at all these events.
That is youth versus me. Where it's like, you get one? Maybe one.
What are you going to be?
It depends. I had an idea of something, which is something I should have made a long time ago. It was based off of, so the tattoo that I have is based off a game series that I like.
Right.
I wanted to dress up as the villain from that, but I haven't built the costume. I haven't done enough to do it, so I'm going to have to put that on the sideline. Ganondorf, for anyone who's wondering, is my favorite, like, game villain of all time. But besides that, I know Lib keeps talking about how he wants to do a Marty McFly and Doc Brown. He wants me to be Doc Brown.
Oh, cute couple costume.
Right, couple costume. And like, I don't have a problem doing it. He's like, but like, you know, you can wear a wig. I'm like, I'm not gonna wear a wig. I'm gonna grow my hair out. I'm gonna shave the top. I'll get that white.
Way.
I don't care. My hair, I don't care. You've seen me go bald, long hair, big beard.
That's true.
I do not give a shit.
You could do it. Yeah.
I would do it. I'd be like, great Scott Marty. Like, I would do the whole thing. It'd be fucking fun. It was either that or I don't know. I would match maybe if my son wants to do something. I'd match with him.
That would be cute.
My 4 roommates are dressing up in red and going as Maroon 5.
Oh, boo!
So
That's such a
original,
dad
Matt.
joke. Such a dad joke. But it's one of those things. But horror movie.
Okay. I'm not a huge horror person, but what I grew up watching, because of my mom, because that's all really she watched was Halloween with Michael Myers.
Oh, really?
All of them. Yeah.
So the new one that's coming out.
I am actually looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I actually go see it. Mhm.
Yeah, it's awesome. I want to get a bunch of people together to go see it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it as a group thing.
Yeah, that's because my idea too that I had, which it's actually talking about it now, just literally popped in my head. What I want to do is get a bunch of people together and we all watch every single Halloween movie before the new one comes out. And we fucking sit down and talk about and review it.
Love it. Halloween marathon.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Like every week or whatever, every 2. Well, no, maybe we can't do. We might not be able to do every week because it's like fucking 10 of
Better
them.
start doing that soon. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's coming out of this.
Yeah, so like once maybe every 2-3 times a week we fucking watch a Halloween movie. As soon as it's done, we record it and we talk about it. Like we could literally do a showing party here.
Yeah.
Sit down all in the studio, fucking press play on that, and go to town. I think that'd be fun.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
So that's one other idea.
I don't know. It's just a film that, well, I guess films because it was like kind of a series, but like it was good. It was well done, and it also didn't give me nightmares as a kid. Like I don't know. It's hard.
That's good.
It's hard to find something when you're a kid too to watch that's not gonna keep you awake at night.
Yeah, lose your fucking mind.
Yeah. So I guess the next question, what movie am I looking forward to, is
Halloween.
That
one. Okay. Last one. If there's a movie out there that you would recommend for people to see that's Halloween related, what would it be? Like just not they're horror related, we'll say.
That's hard. I feel like it's gonna be super lame. It's gonna be like something that was on Family Channel.
No, that's fine. Again, that we're different. We're different people, so that you know, like you're gonna reach your generation with that, so that's perfect.
What's the one with the witches, the 3 witches?
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
I
My
think
wife,
that one.
my wife loves that
That
with
one's
Bette
good.
Midler and Horseface.
Yes.
God, what's her name? Oh man, she's married to Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So okay, mine would be. It's actually out right there. Evil Dead 2 is my favorite horror film of all time.
Okay.
It's from
seen it.
it's from Sam Raimi, the guy who did like the OG Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
He made those ones. If that film was too, we'll say, old for some, he basically made a different version of that called Dragging Me to Hell. Amazing film. It's with Justin Long and some other actors. It's a PG-13 horror film that actually works.
Okay.
So I would recommend that. Obviously, Halloween I think is an amazing film. I'm hoping it's going to be an amazing film when it comes out.
I hope it lives up to the expectations.
Yeah, I really do. And I think a recommendation besides like Evil Dead, I would say if you want something cheesy as fuck, there's 2 names for it. It's Dead Alive or Brain Dead, I think, something like that. It's from the director from Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson. It's like one of his first films ever. It's all practical effects, and it's the dumbest, goriest fucking thing in the world.
Really?
There's a scene where like a priest is taking a piss on a grave, and a zombie hand thing rips out from the ground and rips out his genitals. It's like that kind of crazy ass shit. It's so fucking dumb. There's a moment where the guy like busts in. It's like one of the highlights from the film. Busts into the house with a lawnmower and just starts like holding it up and just like running people over with it and stuff. Oh my god, it's so dumb. Great flick.
Now I have to check these out.
Yeah, if you just want cheesy, dumb gore, 100% Dead Alive or Alive Dead. It's like one really weird name like that. But I think that'd be my recommendation.
Okay.
And I think with that, we've been doing this for about an hour. It's not bad.
Yeah.
2 people, 1 person in the booth. Once again, Mac, I want to give a round of applause for Mac. You did an awesome job, buddy. Thank you so much. And everybody, that was an episode of the Select Start Network. Thank you very much for joining me. Clarissa, if people want to reach you, where can they get you?
Clarissa's Life.
Awesome. YouTube.com/Clarissa's Life. Do you have like a open Twitter or Instagram?
I have Instagram, so just Clarissa, and then my last name is super complicated, so maybe you can just drop it down.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description below. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And as always, if you want to reach us, you can reach us on comments below. Select Start Network. YouTube.com/LiveSelectStart. Facebook.com/Select Start Network. If you want to watch the streams, you can go to twitch.tv/Select Start Network Live. Reach me at SSN Larshay for both Instagram and Twitter. Mac, do you have any socials you want to plug?
Nah.
All right. Well, with that, everybody, thank you for joining us for another kind of just a calm, chill discussion between 2 friends for the Select Start Network. I'm Justin.
Clarissa.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.